Let's get cracking!
Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Dota 2 Champions League Season 3 playoffs. We're now getting into the semifinals. You just got finished watching Power Rangers barely sneak in a win up against Relax in a very, very close best of 3. We now get into this best of 5 for the semifinals of Power Rangers versus Evil Geniuses. So let's jump right into it, guys. I can go ahead and welcome in my co-caster, Mr. Real Burrows, gonna be joining me once again.
What's up, what's up, what's up? Get some hype for this game. See how EG does. I haven't seen them play in a long time, so I wanna see how. I think I've been sleeping too much or something during this time. Have they been playing recently?
Are you just like trying to rub it in? Is that what you got going on over there?
No, I just I'm trying to figure out.
No, I think I've just been sleeping way too much.
I wanted to know if they were seriously playing at this time of hour, because normally I'm never awake.
They have been doing a lot of scrims, more than anything. At least that's targeted at PPD and Zai. They said they're going to spend. The plan was to spend a lot of the TI qualifiers doing scrims, practicing, that sort of thing. Since most other tournaments weren't really running. Tournaments that were running were D2CL, which they already had themselves pretty much into. They had a couple of regular matches to play. Now they're in the playoffs. And then some of the Chinese matches, obviously they weren't in those. So all around.
I haven't seen them in a while. So gonna finally get to see them in action, back in actions.
Yep.
Well.
Should be a good time. Should be a good time. Let's go ahead and talk about the draft real quick. We got the Lycan, Treant Protector, Nyx Assassin, and Question Mark being banned away by Power Rangers. We have the Marana, Ancient Apparition, and Sand King taken out by Evil Geniuses. EG, go ahead and pick up the Morphling and Whisk combo, while Batrider and Disruptor is the counter response to PR.
Radiant team banned.
Well, Disruptor is one of the greatest heroes against IO. You can just send back either of the two heroes.
I mean, best of 3. I'm sorry, I'm out of it.
What?
It's a best of 3, not a best of 5.
Thank you. Phew. Okay. Now I only have to sit through 2 games with you. Got him. I'm just kidding. This might could go to 3 games, depending on how each team does. So, Batrider, I mean, these heroes from Power Rangers, there's really strong pick-off potential. EG, they're just securing themselves late game, though, right now, like they always do. Get the Morphling, now they got the support Wraith King.
Yeah, why not? Zai loves that one, man. Why not pick it up even more? Just it's open to them. They're gonna take it. So
5 seconds.
Presumably, we're gonna be seeing dual lanes mid. Wraith King babysitting another carry out the bottom lane, something that's a little bit more aggressive, that buys the Morphling more time to be able to farm up. And well, Power Rangers. I think they're going to need an all-out aggression lineup to deal with Evil Geniuses. Obviously, very greedy setup. The problem with the way Evil Geniuses do this is they go greedy, but they have strong lanes at the same time. Like Morphling is a strong laner. It's kind of fits perfectly into their playstyle, which is get a little bit greed. They have good late game out of that one, but he still dominates the laning phase. He drops off after that point while he's trying to farm up his Ethereal Blade and those sort of items. But you know. Before then, he's good.
Well, we'll see what they can make happen around the map. Like you're saying, with this Brewmaster pickup, they're going to have a lot of team fight control here. So right now, Power Rangers, they're not slouching on the draft this time. Looking pretty scary to go into a team fight against them. Well, EG, they can split up the map. That's one good thing right now. But other than that, they're going to be having a hard time fighting. So what do they want to get? Maybe a Tide Ravage, maybe something else. They need another... Centaur isn't too bad here. I don't know what universe is going to play this game. Probably one of those 2 heroes. There's not too much that's really great against that. I mean, Puck's decent, but I don't think they'll go for it this game.
Yeah, Evil Geniuses, well, Puck is going to be their pickup. Look at you. Look at you, Rio.
I called it, even though I was like, it's a good hero, but against a Disruptor, I don't know. I just don't like it playing against a Disruptor, but yeah, he's really good.
It's an offlane puck, so it has less priority than a mid puck, you know?
Well, that's the whole point. Puck on the offlane against the Disruptor easily comes back. So... It can be good and it can be bad. Just depends on like the levels of the disruptor, how fast the puck can get his blink, how much Universe can get done in this early game. Else he's going to be having a rough time, and right now they're relying on Universe to be making them a lot of space. But
well, Power
where's
Rangers.
Fear? I didn't notice this.
Fear is still
inactive.
I mean, he might be making his way back to home since the TI4 qualifiers did just finish up, and he was
Correct.
at the hub. So
10 seconds.
it's possible that he
tweets
was
out
still
earlier.
travel time, but I don't really know. I mean,
5
I remember reading his
seconds
tweets saying, "Hey, he's feeling a lot better,"
Radiant
but
team
that's still the
back.
question mark for EG. It's like, what's happening with their roster? Are they going to play Mason for? Are they going to try and play Mason for TI4? I don't think they are, but Fear at the same time, if he says he's feeling good, why isn't he playing?
You know,
with
this
the
kind of
officials?
sucked for Mason, although realistically he hasn't had any aspirations to play really competitively.
Yeah.
So at the one side, you're like, hey, you're not going to be playing TI, but you're going to be playing with us for a little bit. So it's kind of like, kind of feels bad at the same time, but it's still worth it just to get out your name, play with some friends if you like playing with them, and he still is a really good player. So
5 seconds remaining.
Shadow Shaman was picked up by PR, and that's
Radiant
exactly what I
team
wanted to
pick.
see. Some extra disable, always welcome, but also pushing power. That is something the Power Rangers were kind of lacking here. They had all this initiation there with the Glimpse, the Batrider Lasso, the Brewmaster Blink, Clap Ultimate, all this initiation, all this team fight, all this pickoff, but no real pushing power to be able to end the game faster. And now Shadow Shaman does make up for some of that. However, Evil Genius is going to go ahead and grab themselves a Venomancer, which means we got something interesting going on with our draft. Wraith King carry?
no, it's going to be Vino.
Vino is
I
that's
think Vino's still going to be carry here. They're going to do they're going to do Puck safe lane with Mason, Venomancer off lane with Universe most likely, and then just have Io just roaming around with Wraith King.
10
I mean, if you
seconds
think about it
remaining.
in this way, Puck versus Batrider, Puck can win that.
5 seconds
Mid lane,
remaining.
Morphling versus Brewmaster kind of wins that a little bit, depending on how fast Morphling can get his
Reserve
bottle.
time.
But still, those crits. And, well, now that's really greedy. So if they do go aggressive with Vino, Io, Wraith King, can they kill Drow, Shadow Shaman, Disruptor? I think they can.
Oh, I think so, absolutely. That is a big downside of Power Rangers, is something I didn't mention before, but I just figured they wasn't going to come to this, which is they do not have they have a lot of damage coming out from their supports, but they don't work well in 3v3 scenarios most of the time. Like, you got a good amount of damage from both of those, 160 damage from the Disruptor,
Prepare
140
for battle.
damage from the Ether Shock. So that by itself, 300 damage off the bat. But there's no disable from that at level 1. There's no extra bit of damage, such as like a Visage Nuke or something like that. It's not an overwhelming amount of damage. You can easily pick these guys off. With the Drow Ranger, I think they just have so little defense that they could win an aggro try, but they're not going to. Instead, they're just going to go a defensive dual lane. They're going to keep Mason. He is going to be playing that Venomancer, just as you said. PBD is going to be on the Wraith King, because Zai needs to be playing the Wisp. So he's going to be joined up with Arteezy in the mid lane, and that just leaves us with the off lane Universe.
Yeah, normally Zai plays the Wisp, so we won't get to see Zai's Wraith King, sadly, this
30
game. But
seconds to battle.
I mean, they can get the fast mechanism going on Vino. They can't really push against a Venomancer. It's one of the most annoying heroes to play against in that lane.
Mm-hmm.
That ward, dude, that's so lucky, that range.
That really is.
But
That was right on the edge.
very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. But this is not looking too good for Universe in the off lane, though.
The battle
Batrider is kind of the
begins.
same, but it's still going to be dual lane, so maybe he can get away with a little bit more. But we'll find out. Going against a Venomancer, you don't want to play too aggressive.
Yeah, it's a very powerful dual lane. It has a lot of kill potential early on. And Cheshire Cat, well, I mean, he always has the option to go into the jungle, which is something that Puck is going to be lacking. So Universe has to make this lane work for him. The Batrider can always retreat. Scandal is going to be going for, we see this sometimes, the Drunken Haze level 1. So he's going to be spamming that up against Arteezy. Hopefully be able to get somehow the CS advantage thanks to the miss percentage chance.
Well, top lane, Universe silenced already. Shackles off the mark. That could have been first blood easily. But Cheshire Cat, like we said, Mason went Poison Sting level 1, so they can't really kill him, so he's gonna be getting a lot more out of this off lane.
Yeah, still level 2, level 3, they do have a dangerous combo. As soon as you have that Venomous Gale, Firefly isn't really going to be saving you when your movement speed is brought down to half speeds. BPD is going to be going for a double pull, but Cheshire Cat intercepts it, and is now going to farm it up.
Well, top lane, I mean, Universe is level 2 now, so he's always finding a way to be useful in this lane no matter what. So it's nice to see that he's getting some levels in this, and mid lane, so far it's still about even. Scandal needs 100 more for his bottle. He should get it here. And bottom lane should be fine. So towards the middle game, how does this look for the aggression right now?
Well, I think Power Rangers, I mean, they do have a lot of pushing power thanks to the Draw Ranger pickup. Like any sort of solid, just straight physical damage hero. Not only is it obviously good carry going into the late game, but I think here it's going to, the most important aspect is the amount of pushing power you're going to get out of that. So if they can manage to pick up a Blink Dagger, turn that into some early jumps, win a team fight, take down towers, rinse and repeat that every single time the Brewmaster ultimate is up. I mean, I think you're going to have to be a lot more aggressive with the use of your Drow Ranger than normal.
Yeah, Arteezy just missed 2 last hits, so I'm pretty sure he's lagging for looking for an excuse why he missed those last 2 hits. So I was like, he just waved and missed creeps. It was really funny. So he's probably lagging, not lying there. It's unfortunate for him, but yeah, like you said, do they have any detection for the Batrider bottom lane? Nope. So he's going to be getting away with a lot of this, and the lane's going to be pushing. So Batrider might be able to get some EXP, although, as I say that, probably not. The lane won't be pushed.
At the same time, like a puck is beating him out. That's, I don't know what it has to do with Power Rangers if they're just
Universe
not
is like
getting...
amazing, I'm telling you. He's the son of... Who's the best offlaner now? I don't even know. Is it Ice 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 or is it Universe? I would say... Who do you think the best offlaner is?
Either way, though, it's the fault of Power Rangers at the same time for not pulling this lane back correctly. I mean, Universe can do all the moves in the world he wants, but at the same time...
Well, he might get picked out here, though.
Yeah, he's going to be in some trouble. Does have the phase shift as well as the orb, and gets it up. No, the last Thunder Strike finishes him off. J4 picks up the first blood.
Yep, can't praise him, because then you jinx him. So... he took all those creeps. That was very unfortunate. So mid lane, Zai's getting gone on.
Yeah, but Zai knows he's good. He's like, I'll go ahead and take that damage because I've got a full bottle. It just gives me an excuse to heal Arteezy up. That's not a big problem for them.
And this hero going against Brewmaster is the most annoying thing with all these misses. It's just not fun at all. But luckily, Cheshire Cat, they can't contest this bottom lane here. And he's going to get the ogres plus the creeps. So. And just
PBD
letting
just soaking up. Mid lane, they are going to do a little bit of jump forward, but again, there's just no way they can get it. They go for the courier, but also unable to get that kill either.
Oh, Glimpse.
Universe. He's not in range.
Not in range.
It's close, though. I think that's one of those situations where you don't actually Thunderstrike. It's not necessary. J4 just run at him instead of taking the animation time to actually throw down a Thunderstrike. If you just ran at the puck, it's daytime. You still have good vision. Well, as they say that it's about to turn nighttime. He had good enough vision to be able to catch out the puck.
Well, PPD picking up the 4-minute rune, haste rune. So they're going to be having that. Looking at the CS here, Morphling and Vino coming out on top here. So Universe being a little bit more of a nuisance than Batrider, it seems, just pulling it away. And one thing we haven't talked about yet in this game is the Drow Ranger aura, helping out all of their other lanes, but not middle lane. But Brewmaster doesn't need any help, it seems like.
Yeah, he's doing perfectly fine. 14-2 up against the dual lane is not terrible. Arteezy's still picking up a lot of good last hits, though. 24 and 8, despite the 2 CS he missed earlier that you were talking about. He's still doing a great job.
Pointing out the fact that he had to been lagging. I was just, you know.
Right.
Well, Universe, he's still getting a lot out of this. At least he's getting a lot of levels. Like 4.5 for an offlane puck. It's pretty amazing. But Batrider, he's about to get level 6 though from this. Or not, maybe not. PBD gonna come in here. He get the stun off. He's stuck on the cliff.
Oh no.
Oh,
Cheshire Cat, the timing on that one.
It.
Beautiful. Yeah, he's done for. Spirits and the right clicks will be able to get the kill.
They're
Cheshire
waiting
Cat.
for... No, I thought they were waiting for Universe to let him have it. Just like,
No free kill for him. So 1-1, 5.5 minutes in. We do have a rotation into the mid lane. Brewmaster should know about this, though. There's no reason he should be caught. PPD won't be able to get in range for the stun, though. Should be going back to their lanes now. Mace is now getting to a point where he's able to solo up against the Batrider now that he has level 3 wards with level 2 Poison Sting. He's just going to have that constant pressure on the tower that Batrider won't really be able to go aggressive into.
Let's see, if he gets a fast Ags, I mean, he can demolish everybody until Drow gets a BKB. And speaking of J4,
smart play there from Universe. He tried to glimpse him back. FNG does get the counter kill there, and he actually make it 2 there. The Shackles follow up with the Hex. That's going to be a free kill. Universe can't do anything about it. Universe had a really smart play where he was glimpsed back, but he threw out the orb before he went back, so he could still jaunt to it and still be in a good position. But unfortunately, it ends up resulting in his own death, as they may catch out the Disruptor, but the good rotations from Power Rangers coming out at the right time. Scandal. TC's playing with fire here.
Right, and if he had gotten maybe another Magic Wand charge, he could have popped in, used it there.
Or the possibility of double crits, you know. It's nothing to mess around with. Well, Scandal's doing a great job in this mid lane.
Really is. I don't know, man. It's like Brewmaster.
He can't compete in CS against... Smart play there from Arteezy. Just baiting out the clap with the replicate. He's going to be heading back to base anyway, so... Moon, meanwhile, we haven't talked about this guy, but he's been free farming the top lane the whole entire shebang. He's right now currently sitting at level 6. He's behind in CS pretty heavily, though. I mean, considering this should be a complete free farm lane, 44 and 9 on Mason, 45 and 10 on Arteezy. Like that's near perfect CS for both of those heroes.
And it's just a little bit unfortunate. Now they're pressuring top. Shadow Shaman with those double kills in the river. Now he's level 6. Very unfortunate. Free tower going down. But is it going to be another tower in trade? We'll see what happens. Bottom lane, they still have a Fortify. And do they have a TP on Brewmaster, but now he has no mana.
Yeah, I don't think that without the Blink Dagger, they can't really force the fight. They need the Blink Dagger up on the Brewmaster because their other supports aren't really good enough at this point to be making those kind of rotations. Like, Shadow Shaman is good at being able to push in, but until he has a Blink Dagger, he's not good at many of these fights where you need initiation. So being able to jump these heroes, because if you go too far in, if you just chase into them, you're running into a whole bunch of wards that have that high level of Poison Sting. So it's a losing fight that you're running into. So they need some form of initiation. That's going to come out from the Brewmaster as well as the Batrider. So they need a little bit extra time. Yeah.
It's sad to say that EG has, all they can do really is just sit back and farm. That's what they're meant to do. They can't do anything unless Whisk gets 6, which he has. So I take that back. Io's level 6. Also, that's because he's stacked, and I guess they cleared it out with him and Arteezy. So it's really nice efficiency coming out from them on the jungle side, but still, Universe, did he get treads? Yeah, he got treads, so he's still gonna have 2,000 gold away from getting a Blink Dagger.
So they may see the opportunity, especially situations like this where Disruptor is solo off right now. He's just trying to collect whatever experience he can. The faster he gets to level 6. Static Storm being a very potent ability about this time. It's going to be their best way to counter out the Morphling or catch out the puck. The Disruptor was a very smart pickup from them. Hell, it's even good against the Wisp in that relocate. So Tier 1 tower will go down in the end. It is an eventual trade. Evil Geniuses evening that one up 2-3. 10 minutes in, they've got themselves about a 700 gold lead on the side of Power Rangers and a slight experience lead as well. But nothing too major, nothing that can't be upset with one good rotation from Evil Geniuses.
And, well, now they're just going to do it again. FNG and Moon going up on the top lane. They have the Fortify. Another creep wave's coming in, so...
They're playing a little bit scared, though. They know exactly that Zai has his level 6. There's no real reason for them to play that passive without that. Scandal's in a little bit of trouble.
He doesn't have magic sticks, so...
Yeah, he's going to be okay, and he just picked up his Blink Dagger. I think they wanted him to blow his ultimate and just back away from there. But they couldn't quite force it. Scandal holds on to it, now has the Blink Dagger, going to be going for a good fight now. Now they've gotten exactly what they need to be able to 5-man down some of these Tier 1s.
Glad to see RTZ going for the BKB this game. If he gets Cyclone the whole team fight, they're not going to have enough DPS. So I'm glad to see that he's not going to be going for anything greedy. No minus from him. We're going to have... they can have the respawn from Wraith King. PPD is only 5.5 though, and he needs to get that. Because I think they need him to be having the buyback on mid lane. Mason.
They need to burst him down here. Don't let that, Venomancer go up. Well, they shouldn't die from it, but they're probably all going to need to back away. Because of it, RTZ's actually going to jump forward. Doesn't go for the kill, just wants to clean up the creep wave. Standard RTZ.
They were all middle, too. That's really weird, I want to say. He got picked off when he probably shouldn't have. Well, he's got the Glimpse plus the Static Storm. But Zai still has to relocate out. Yeah,
that's the big issue. Zai, he's a very good, accomplished Wisp player. And he knows that he just needs to sit back, wait. He can't be relocating into offensively. Well, as I say that, he's going to be relocating to top lane. But they didn't really need it, as FNG was already caught out by the 2 rotations from EG.
Yep, they're coming back, though. Zai's going to die.
Yeah, Zai's done for, possibly. Well, maybe he can tether away. They didn't throw down the Static Storm. Held on to that one for now. Scandal does have 15 Magic Wand charges. Going to have to blow it soon. Now pops it as he baited Arteezy to jump in. Now tries to turn on him. Arteezy held up. Static Storm goes out. Disruptor dies, but he's still going to be able to ensure the kill on the carry of Evil Geniuses. Now PPD slowed down from one cold shot from Moon. Beautiful positioning by him as he makes his way back uphill. Another Cyclone goes out. Scandal backs himself away, but he's going to leave Moon and FNG to try and pick up the kill with the ward block. They don't quite get it. The silence goes off. Still focusing in. Scandal jumps in deep here. Wants to be able to ensure the kill. Finally gets it onto Mason. Definitely worth it if they can get the kill on Zai as well. Universe comes in. Zai kills him with the Spirit Balls, and Universe gets a double kill there for his efforts. Wow. For his team. Well done, Power Rangers, losing 4 heroes in the process. I think that was, what, almost a 4 for 3?
That's a huge fight going the way of EG. All their ultis are down now for Power Rangers. And they won it. I don't even know how they won it. They didn't even have Wraith King ulti. So Universe coming in at the last second. He killed the Disruptor, and then he tried to hunt down the Batrider. Batrider denied himself to the neutrals. So well played by him. So then he came back and got basically a double kill. So one bad thing is RTZ went down in the fight. If he goes down in these team fights, though, that's going to be crucial because that's their only carry.
Right. They could shut him down as much as humanly possible. They have a good chance going into the late game. The Drow Ranger. The biggest thing you're worried about is like an Ethereal Blade. For me personally, it's just having the Drow Ranger get popped by the Morphling. But even if he doesn't go that route, if he goes more of the physical damage route, like he's doing so far with the BKB and probably tanking up and that sort of thing, then he can still get in the Drow Ranger's face and probably out DPS him as long as he's in close quarters. FNG may get caught out here. The Wisp Morphling combo not taking the bait though, because we have 4 heroes at this top lane. Batrider's just itching to be able to throw down a lasso on somebody.
Yeah. Well, all their ultis are coming back up, so EG didn't make anything out of it. But Universe has his Blink Dagger now, and finally PPD has his ulti. So they can be using that for the team fights. Batrider and Brewmaster have their Blink, so essentially everybody who needs...
Universe, beautiful jump. That means FNG's going to fall. J4 is also going to get picked off in the process. Nothing he can do to stop that one. At least Moon survives, but great initiation there from Universe, and he continues. Popping the haste rune, continues to chase down Moon, and he's got nowhere to run to. PBD comes in closer range for the stun, and 3 kills to Universe, being the big playmaker so far as he's setting up all the kills for Evil Geniuses.
Yeah, they're just getting outmaneuvered here. They had to rotate back middle lane because Mason was putting all this pressure on the middle tower. So once that happened, cleared up the top tower, and now they're going to get top tower. Most likely, they're putting a lot of TPs in, though. So what I said earlier, I mean, it's going to be a Drow versus a Morphling in the late game, but you still have the Midas factor from Venomancer. It will start kicking in, and he can possibly carry the game. Initiation, PPD.
PPD. We talked about this earlier. He is going to pop the reincarnation. That means they want to turn and fight. FNG is going to be able to survive. Puck tries to initiate. Still trying to go in. Arteezy focuses on him. J4 will go down in the end. Brewmaster is chasing down PPD in his second life. Will be able to throw out the stun and clean up that one. But Morphling getting low here. Silence doesn't land in time. Flame break. They don't have anything. Arteezy's going to be able to teleport himself out. Great play by him. A 1-for-2 exchange there. One support on the side of Evil Geniuses, while the other 2 for the side of Power Rangers. So EG win another great fight there. The relocate in. Now they're going to be able to catch out Scandal. As Arteezy says, surprise, I just teleported away, and all of a sudden I'm back in, ready to fight.
And this is BKB.
That means the Static Storm no longer going to be of any use to catching out this Morphling.
Power Rangers just crumbling under the pressure right now. I mean, they have a really good lineup. Drow Rangers not the best in their lineup, but it's still really good, and they could be making out. Now they're getting picked off instead of grouping up. So the first 2 towers of the game, it was really early for them that they got. Rasta, they might have got it at 10 minutes, the second one. I forget when, but they still haven't acquired anything else since then. And EG, they've acquired 3 towers, so really well played from them now. And now, no, there's nothing to stop RTZ. Free reign. Ags is a disruptor item, and he's got the point booster, but still that's going to be far away.
Yeah, and even if he does get it, he's still limited to only certain scenarios. For example, BKB is still going to hinder him if he goes for the glimpse into the Static Storm, because obviously just popping the BKB beforehand is good enough. We do have slight rotations coming in. It's just, I don't think they've made as good of use of this disruptor as they've had opportunities to do so. I think there are several scenarios, especially that top lane fight. Remember when they had 4 heroes, the Shadow Shaman almost got caught on the side, but EG didn't make the jump, and there were 3 other heroes hovering on the side. The Bat Rider was just kind of sitting there waiting for his opportunity. That should have been a disruptor attempt. That should have been them getting close enough to be able to glimpse into a lasso. I think there are pick-off potentials that Power Rangers could have had that they just haven't been aggressive enough in taking.
Right, now they're just getting split pushed on when they had a clear advantage in the early game, but now, yep, they're up 6,000 gold now. You can just see the momentum swing pretty heavily here. What can they do? Okay, Venomancer has his blink. I mean, not his blink. He's got his mech. It's going to be interesting to see if he goes for a blink next or if he's going to transition to a carry. Other than that, yeah, Power Rangers on the back foot now. They might need to wait for the Drow Ranger to get her BKB, but she's not even close to it.
Constant spam coming out from the Venomancer is also going to be really difficult to deal with when they have this constant push. They need to jump soon before Mason sets
here.
up.
There's an Ether Shock coming up, another crit, and nothing.
Instant Hex? No, he's got the jaunt from the phase shift, so he's good. Tier 2 tower goes down for nothing then. Power Rangers not making much of it, and just kind of seem to be lost in what they need to be doing now. They run around the map, not finding the pickoffs that they need.
Right, they have a great pickoff lineup. They have a great pushing lineup with the Drow Ranger as well as the Rasta Wards. They're just not making anything happen. They're just letting everything get taken. Nothing getting, like, they're just not getting anything, like you said. So, and in this late game favors EG, I think. Even though they got a Drow Ranger. Because they're just getting a lot out of this early game.
I would agree with you, especially with Morphling taking a gold lead on the Drow Ranger, and it seems like he's probably never going to give that up. The chances are that Morphling Now, what do you build here? Do you think you actually still go into the Ethereal Blade and try and just go into the pop style, or yeah?
F Blade. I agree wholeheartedly. And yeah, that's probably the best bet, because then you can stop the Drow Ranger from attacking you. You can blow up Disruptor, Rasta before they can do anything. As long as he gets the BKBs off in the team fights, I think they're going to be solid. Universe picking up the Yule Scepter, so, well, that's my answer. Mason going to be going for that. Oh, they had to relocate, and Moon
tries to teleport away, but a little bit of mini stun coming out from Arteezy is good enough, and if they want to, they can leave him here to farm up the top lane, but I think Mason's got that under control. And he is going for an Aghanims, by the way. So.
You know, this was a ward that was doing work last game, too. It's just, this ward for the Radiant side and the Dire side, it just does so much work. A lot of times there's just a hero there farming, and it just seems like they always get picked off whenever it's up. So, nice placement of the ward. And he's going to be going for a Manta, so there's your answer.
All right, so a little bit more physical damage. He could still turn that to E-Blade, but it's unlikely. I'm betting he's going to go Scotty after that Manta.
Oh, bottom. Zai.
Oh, well, at the same time, FNG is going to be initiated on. Silence goes off. Brewmaster still able to get off his ultimate, but they're already killing that squishy Shadow Shaman. Arteezy, Brewmaster doesn't know what to do with his Brewlings. He's surrounded on all sides. He can't focus down one hero, and he's actually going to just get destroyed here. He's going to come back. He's going to have the chance of a blink right away. See if he can get it.
Nice
Arteezy, perfect timing there with the waveform.
Universe, too, at the same time. Great minds think alike there. Well played. And Batrider, why was he... Oh, he went for the solo kill on Zai bottom lane, but his team just got crushed in the meantime. So not really good use of the lasso there. So that's another tier 2 tower going down. And, well, that's Manta done. What else did they acquire? Yeah, Venomancer has his eggs in 400, so... I don't know. Just a slow bleeding out now from Power Rangers.
Moon's trying to pick up. He grabbed just a pretty value Yasha in his hands, but it looks like he's now trying to finish up a BKB. I think he realizes how much trouble he's going to be into. I also like Universe's pick up the Yule Scepter, another item that's going to defeat the Disruptor. So you still have an item to be able to lay down. If you're caught in that silence, you can Yules yourself. If you're being glimpsed back, I believe you can also still Yules yourself as well. I think it's one of the few abilities that dodges glimpse.
Well, they still don't have Rasta with the Blink Dagger. They have to wait for the Panda or the Batrider to initiate. So they might get caught out here. Now they're thinking about, oh, there's a Morphling. That's not going this. So they got saved by Arteezy there, since he ended up showing up.
This is so risky. Moon. Oh, he's coming in. He's going to focus on Zai. FNG also gets off an Ether Shock. Zai's almost down. Arteezy's going to pop his BKB and starts focusing on Moon. Moon, he's got to get out of here, man. He comes in through the back and now has to run all the way back through. Zai's going to come back in with his relocate. Brings in Universe as well. Cheshire Cat, he's going to be next target. Zai's going to get blown up for a second time as the Brewmaster comes in. Now focusing on the Venomancer with a long shackle from FNG, but gets interrupted there as PPD focuses him down. He does have a reincarnation, so it doesn't matter if he goes down here. Arteezy goes for the Drow in the back, but the side, the Hex. Doesn't matter though, the stun from PPD will win the fight for them, and now Scandal falls as the last note for Power Rangers. 24-12, and the Evil Geniuses now going to be able to take a tier 2 and possibly even a tier 3 in the process of taking control of this map.
Yeah, that was a very unfortunate 7 versus 5 scenario for Power Rangers.
Yeah.
They would have won that fight too.
Yep.
Because they got the Amazing Initiation on Universe and Zai, so... Well, very unfortunate. Now the tier 3 is going to be pressured. They have buyback on Brew. They have a buyback on Drow. If they don't use it, they're going to be losing this. So...
Yeah, I don't know why they haven't popped it yet. Apparently they're just giving up Arax. Angling for the late game possibly. So wanting to be able to hold on to as much gold as possible so they can build into that next set of items. I'm not convinced that the next set of items is going to change much for them.
And they only get 1 pick off for this.
Yeah, he was brought back by the glimpse. Yeah, Venomancer, Static Storm, they have to kill Mason. Oh, he actually already used his ultimate last fight, so they're good in that account, but PPD also going to get picked off in the process, so still though, melee racks well worth it for Evil Geniuses. Well, Roshan's probably next up on their radar.
Yeah, and as long as Mason gets a Blink Dagger here, the Bat Rider doesn't have his BKB. He's got 1,300 away. Drow's like same, about like 1,600 away.
Do you think we should see a Mask of Madness for the Drow Ranger over the Helma Dominator?
It just need a BKB. I think Mask of Madness is really good, but in this game, you just need a BKB, else you're just gonna get destroyed. So I don't think it's the Mask of Madness problem. It's just a BKB problem. But at least since EG died there, they get this free Roshan. It took them a while to get this when maybe they could have done this earlier.
Yeah, I was gonna say they have all that physical damage. Like the same thing that allows you to push down towers really quickly is the same thing that's gonna allow you to do Roshan most of the time. So they may not have Midas armor, but they have all this physical damage to be able to bully around things like Roshan and towers. Maybe if they'd taken it a lot sooner, could have made a difference in some of these early team fights. Maybe they could have had a 6v7 rather than a 7v5.
Yeah. Well, let's see if the buybacks are almost up for him and Universe. Now, 3 minutes away from that, so no 7v5s or 7v6s now that they have the Aegis. Other than that, yep. Drow, like I said, uses BKB. What did Mason get? He got drums. Another value item, which I think he should be just selling these items. He's gonna have to sell his ring anyways to get a TP, so he's just getting all these value items early, which I don't think he needs.
Yeah, maybe at least one of them might be a little excessive, either the drums or the ring. At the same time, I don't know, I guess for me it'd be the drums that you take away, because Ring of Aquila is so strong. Especially for Venomancer.
He just bought that too, because he has 5 drum charges. Like, he didn't have that like a minute ago, so it's kind of weird seeing him pick it up. I just don't understand what it's going to be doing all too much in these fights. If anything, you should be getting a pipe or a mechanism, because nobody has a mech. So it's amazing how EG fight all these team fights without mechs, without pipes, and they do so well.
Yeah, really, they just outmaneuver the opponent. Like, they're always helping each other out in the team fights. They always have the clutch saves that make the big difference.
All right, Panda, 500 gold away from the Ags. If they can get that, maybe they can get back into this game. Disruptor, if he gets his Ags soon, they can get back in this game pretty easily, I think, because that'll shut down a lot of heroes. You still have to worry about the Wisp relocate. Other than that, it can shut down a lot of heroes.
Arteezy continuing to get bigger and bigger. Finished off the Manta. We'll see what he builds into next. He's already got another 1,200 gold. And is going to be going for a Scotty. Has double ultimate orb. I was like, yeah, we got to have more than that on Arteezy. He's at 16k net worth. Yeah, he's got double ultimate orb. He's getting the full shebang here in one swift movement.
He was trying to trick you.
Yep.
Trying to be a ninja.
He was. That's his exact thought in holding onto those ultimate orbs on the courier.
Not stealthy enough though to fool the capitalist.
I just want to spam out all the chat. Nice try, Arteezy. But I see your I almost said Sheila.
Shenanigans.
I see your shenanigans.
I thought that's what you were gonna say.
That was what I was gonna say.
Why didn't you say it? It's a good word.
Shenanigans.
I'm done with your shenanigans.
Hey, at least the BKB was finished up by Moon. The problem is he finishes up the BKB right as we're transferring from all this magic damage that he's really scared of into now the physical damage is coming online for the Morphling. So he's still just as fragile as he was before. It's just it's going to be up to the Morphling to get up in his face.
I wonder what he's going to go next is the big question. Probably a Butterfly on Arteezy. Or maybe a Satanic. I'm surprised he hasn't morphed all into agility yet. Maybe soon. I mean, if they try to go on Arteezy, this is like a death wish.
Well, if he morphs into all agility, he has to be aware of the Bat Rider. Like, he doesn't have to deal with the Static Storm, but he still has to be aware of the Bat Rider. The lasso comes in. That's exactly why you got to be afraid, though. And a clutch relocate just in time from Zai. Brings them all the way back to the base. They should be able to pick up some extra kills here. Mason's going to fall in the process. Maybe he can get off his ultimate at least. He does. FNG is going to have to teleport back out, and Arteezy and Zai Gonna come back in and clean up all the heroes. They're probably sitting there going, yep, I can see how this is all going to play out. At least Moon was able to kill Zai in the end here, but he's surrounded on all sides. Arteezy finished off the Brewmaster at the same time. I mean, that was just, if you're looking at that from the perspective of Arteezy and Zai, they see them going on Mason. They know they're not going to be able to chain stun him down, and he's going to get off his ultimate.
Man, I had a brain lapse there. I can't believe I said they're all dead. Oh my gosh, I feel so bad. That's a BTS moment. But that was a nice initiation from Venomancer. I wish he had gone to Blink Dagger and whoa, nice Yules. And stuns coming out.
Shishir Cat thought he was going to be cheeky, but it turns out just going to get him caught in the end. PPD, whoa, one hit. Gets himself a nice little crit there, as well as Zai healing him up. Tier 3 tower now going to be focused down. J4.
J4 is going to be focused down. Oh.
Yeah, you get one slow, one Scotty hit. You're done for. So GG, well played is the call from Power Rangers. Evil Geniuses taking this first game in the best of 3.
Does Flame Break cancel Bat Riders? No, Flame Break cancel relocate? I think it does.
Yes, it does.
So if you need to do the Flame Break, save that for Zai coming in, because you know the relocate's coming, or you save the Shackle, or no, I don't think Shackle does, but the Sheep. But I think they used that to initiate. So I think it was all on the Drow Ranger right there. I mean, not the Drow, the Bat Rider, to secure that Arteezy died. Once he didn't die, it was just kind of over. And Mason's ulti secured their defeat as well.
Yeah. So really well played by Evil Geniuses. Power Rangers, I mean, they kept it even for quite some time, but eventually Evil Geniuses kind of flipped the switch and all of a sudden took a good 6K lead and just flourish that into more and more. So well played by Evil Geniuses. Stick around, guys. We're going to have a short little break and get into game 2 of Evil Geniuses versus Power Rangers.